Hello students. Student, in the last class just we have to finish the chapter number 1 related to the sets theory of your class 11th NCERT mathematics. Today student we are just discussing the new chapter and chapter number 2 of your NCERT mathematics. That should be a very important chapter for the point of view of class 12th as well as for the point of view of class 11th also, because student the name of this chapter should be relation and function here, and this particular chapter will be used in the entire of calculus. And you can see that just after this chapter we will discuss about the trigonometric functions, then again the theory of functions will be used where also. And you can say that student in the entire calculus part in class 12th, basically we will discuss about the continuity, limits, derivatives, integrals, inverse trigonometric functions. Means there are so many various type of chapters are to be included in class 12th NCERT, where this particular chapter is to be mostly used in each and every section. So just we have to see the basic thing of this particular relation and function in class 11, and on behalf of this particular 11th class, just you can able to solve the questions related to the relation and function in the class 12th, because in that class student the basic type of relations we have to discuss, and basically mainly the functions are to be directly used, means implementation part is to be required. So in this particular chapter we have to discuss the basic type of relation, their definition, and some basic kind of relations as well as the functions. Is it to be clear? So student, this particular chapter is, again I am saying, the very important for the point of view of class 12th. Is it to be clear? So we have to keep in mind all the concept related to the relation and function always. Is it to be clear? Now student, just we will start this chapter, but before that I want to tell you what type of different topics we are discussing in this particular chapter, relation and function. So now this particular chapter is to be divided into the 3 sections, where first of all we have to just discuss about the Cartesian product. Just we have to define the Cartesian product. So what should be the meaning of Cartesian product, how the Cartesian product is to be defined, is it to be clear? So in the very first section of this particular chapter we will just discuss about the Cartesian product of the sets. And again student, basically the sets theory, if you don't see the way, and if we are not reading the chapter number 1 sets theory, then definitely you will face some problems. So before seeing the video and before reading this particular chapter, we have to just see about the sets theory, because the sets theory is again is to be the very important part in this section also, and in many more chapters again the sets theory will be used. Is it to be clear? So again I am saying that if you are not seeing the video of sets theory, then first of all you have to just see the video. After that you can just take the chapter number 2 and you can just see the basic use of sets. Here we can also see here. Next student, after knowing the Cartesian product, just we have to define the relation. Just we have to define the relation. So this should be our second topic. After defining the Cartesian product of the sets, how the relation is to be get defined and what should be the proper mathematical definition of relation is to be there, we have to see this thing in a very detail. Is it to be clear? Then then student, we have to just also discuss about the 3 things, and that should be the domain, codomain and range. Domain, codomain and range of relation. Range of relation. This should be the very important part, because in this particular class 11th relation student, definitely we have to just obtain the domain, range and codomain, but the implementation of this codomain, domain and range will be used in the class 12th. In the very first chapter we have to just discuss about the basic type of relations. Then definitely the use of domain, codomain and range is to be widely used in that cases. Is it to be clear? Means how the particular relation is to be given and how we will identify that part, we have to see this thing, so that we have to know about the domain, codomain and range of the relation. So here just after defining the basic definition of relation, just we have to think about particular domain, codomain and the range of relation. Is it to be clear? Now the third part that we will discuss, a very important section of this chapter, that should be known as the function. Is it to be clear? Student, basically some basic difference between the relation and function is to be there, and you can say that this particular function is said to be the special kind of relation. You can say that it is a special kind of relation. It is a special kind of relation. Is it to be clear? So suppose this particular relation is to be taken, then which kind of relation is to be made as function and which is not said to be taken as function. We have to see the difference between the relation and function as well. But student, the basic functions are to be there. Then we have to know about the domain, codomain and range of functions also, because any of the function will be work according to the domain, and what should be the proper output, it will be defined in the range part. So again, for this particular section we have to also calculate the domain, codomain, domain, codomain and range of function, range of function. So easily we will define each and every part of this particular type of functions, and we have to see the some criteria to calculate the domain. Means we have to also discuss the criteria for functions, means functions domain. Criteria for functions domain means just we have to calculate the domain, then which kind of theory we have to apply here, and what can we say about the particular type of functions. It will be based on the particular functioning of that function. Is it to be clear? So we have to see the some basic criteria. By using that criteria we will just calculate the domain and range part. Is it to be clear? So mainly student, in this particular chapter relation and function we will discuss the things one by one here. Just I am telling here, first of all we have to define the some Cartesian product of the sets, then after we will define about the relation, and also we will calculate the domain, codomain and the range of relation. As well you can say that the functions are to be also defined, and we are saying that it is a special kind of relation. So what should be the basic difference between the relation and function? Just we have to see this thing, and we have to take so many examples by which we can understand the basic difference between the relation and function. Is it to be clear? In this particular type of function student, the very important part that should be known as the domain, codomain and range, and somewhere the questions are to be asked where we have to given any function and just we have to calculate the domain, codomain, then some criteria are to be there. So we have to also discuss about the basic criteria related to the functions domain. Is it to be clear? So in this whole chapter relation and function we are discussing the things one by one here, and just we will simplify the NCERT exercise also according to the given phenomena. Is it to be clear? So these things are to be the very important for us, and we have to see each and every term in a very detail, because student this particular chapter, again I am saying, this particular chapter is to be very important for the point of view of class 12. That's why in class 11 you can see your question in NCERT, just a very simple kind of questions you can see here, but in this class 12 basically most of the students are to be get confused related to the relation and functions. So we have to see the carefully each and everything. We have to just define the each and everything. Then the definition part is to be very important. We have to know the mathematical statement and how the particular things are to be get written according to the definition. We have to see each and every part carefully here, so that easily you can just observe the things, and according to that you can just define the particular kind of relation, and just we have to recognize the particular type of functions, as well as you can also calculate the domain, codomain and range of the relation. So each and everything you have to just see carefully, so that the things are to be more understandable, or in a more better way you can just represent the things. Is it to be clear? So we will start with the very first topic today student, that should be known as the Cartesian product. So today we are taking the topic Cartesian product of the sets. Cartesian product of sets. Cartesian product of sets. So basically, first of all, I will just tell a practical example. In that practical example, student, you can just observe the things, how the Cartesian product is to be get defined. After that, we will see a proper mathematical definition also, because somewhere we have to read the definition from NCERT, then some of the students are not to be understood that definition. So we have to just take a practical example, and in practical example we have to just discuss the each and everything in a detail, and then after we will make a proper definition that should be written in your NCERT also. So basically student, let's suppose we are taking any set A, and suppose any set A is to be written as 1, 2, 3, and suppose we are taking another set B as 4, 5, like this, or you can say that this is 6 also. Now student, the Cartesian product of two sets is to be defined as A cross B, means how the Cartesian product is to be get represented So definitely student, this particular sign cross is to be used to define the Cartesian product. So either you can say that this is also known as the Cartesian product of A and B, or you can say that A cross B. So both the type of notations you can use here, no problem. But in general way, we have to just write the Cartesian product like in such a way, A cross B. So this Cartesian product is to be defined from A set to B set. Is that to be clear? Suppose some of the student is to be written B cross A. So in general multiplication, you can see that 2 into 3 and 3 into 2 both will give the same answer. But here student, the order will be matter. Means in a particular order we have to take the sets. According to that we will get the some elements here. Is that to be clear? So basically we have to understand the meaning of this Cartesian product. So suppose this is any set A and we can represent this is the set B, and in set A elements are 1, 2 and 3. Similarly in this particular set elements are 4, 5 and 6. So the two given sets can be represented like this curve also. So some kind of ellipse you can make here, and you can just represent the particular element of the given sets. Is it to be clear? So this is the pictorial diagram we have to make to understand the things in a more better way. So we can just understand the things just by using this pictorial diagram. So basically in the Cartesian product, basically we have to make this arrow here. Means we will join this element to this element, and you can join this element with this element, and you can join this element with this element. Means either or each and every element of this particular set is to be joined with the element of set B. Similarly you can just join this particular 2 with the 4, 5 as well as 6. Similarly this 3 is to be get connected with 3, 5 and 6. So you can just see the things here. All the elements of A are to be get related with the element of B. So this type of relation we have to make, and we have to make each and every kind of relation which is to be possible. So here in this particular set A, we have to take this element 1, and we have to join this element with the all element of B set. Similarly this element 2 is to be taken, and this element is to be again joined with the each and every element of set B, and similarly we will do the same job for the third element C. Sorry, 3. So basically here A cross B is to be defined like this. Now student, basically we have to say that this 1 is get connected with 4. So here we will write 1 comma 4. This 1 is also to be get connected with 5. So here we will write 1 comma 5. Here this 1 is also to be get related with the 6. Then we will write here 1 comma 6. Similarly you can write here 2 comma 4. This is related said to be 2 comma 5. Again you can write here 2 comma 6. After that 3 comma 4, 3 comma 5 and 3 comma 6. So each and every relation that should be defined in this particular diagram we have to write here, and we have to just see the particular relation, and according to that this particular thing is to be written, and this particular thing is said to be the ordered pair. This particular thing is said to be the ordered pair. Student, this word is the very important for us, because here just we will define the particular Cartesian product, then we will use the term ordered pair. So pair means there are two things are to be written. Is it to be clear? Ordered, so means here the first element is to be coming from the set A, and second element is to be coming from set B. That's why we have to give the name of this particular part as the ordered pair. Means the elements are to be written in a particular order. Means order should not be disturbed. If we will disturb the order, then definitely this should not be the answer of A cross B here. Suppose some of the student write here 4 comma 1, then definitely student it is not the particular element of A cross B. So here just we have to see the particular Cartesian product. Then this Cartesian product is the set. You can say that this Cartesian product is defined as the set of ordered pair. So basically you can just say the definition part. Cartesian product is the set of ordered pair. Is it to be clear? Now student, you can just feel the definition what should be written here. Cartesian product is the set of ordered pair. Is it to be clear? And from where to where? So definitely student, ordered pair means definitely if we have to say that this is the answer of A cross B, then each and every ordered pair you can see here, and each and every ordered pair has the two elements, which means this particular ordered pair has the combination of two elements. So the first element will corresponding to the set A and second element is corresponding to the set B. Means we have to take the elements in a particular order always. Suppose we are not taking the proper order, then this would be the wrong answer. So here a Cartesian product is to be simply calculated in a very systematic way, but we have to see the each and everything carefully, and you can just see the pictorial diagram here. We have to make in some of the cases diagram like this. Is it to be clear? Suppose we have to calculate the A cross B, then we have to define like this A to B, and suppose sometime it is to be calculated as B cross A, then student, how the answer of B cross A is to be get written? So for this B cross A, you can just see that again B cross A is said to be the Cartesian product from B to set A. So definitely B cross A has consist of some ordered pair, but in that ordered pair the first element will belongs to the set B and second element belongs to the set A. We have to see this thing carefully. Is it to be clear? So now we can say that B cross A, then definitely we will write here, means you can just revert each and every ordered pair of A cross B. Means this is 1 4, then here it is 4 1. Next this is 1 5, then it will become 5 1. Next this is 1 6, then we will write here 6 1. You can say that this is 2 4, then it will become 4 2. Similarly this is 2 5, then you can write here 5 2, and this is 2 6, then we will write here 6 2. After that 3 4, then it will be 4 3. 3 5, then we will write here 5 3. As well you can say that this is 3 6, then 6 3. Is it to be clear? So in this way you can just calculate the B cross A, and you can just check A cross B and B cross A are not found to be same. So here the particular matter is to be related with ordered pair. So the elements are to be written always in the particular order. Is it to be clear? So this is the practical example, student, you can see here, and we can discuss many more examples like this, where easily any of the two non-empty sets are to be given, then their Cartesian product is to be easily calculated. Is it to be clear? So we will take the one more example to understand this part. After that we will write the proper mathematical definition of Cartesian product. That should be also written in your NCERT. So we have to just fill the definition, so that we have to take the some type of example. First of all, how the Cartesian product is to be get evaluated. Is it to be clear? So the next example we are taking, before that pause the video to note it down. Next example we are taking, suppose any set A is to be given as A comma B comma C, and any other set is to be written as D comma E. Now we have to calculate the A cross B and B cross A. Then how this particular thing is to be get evaluated? Then definitely we have to see the particular sequence to write the ordered pair of A cross B. Then we will take the first element from the set A and second element from the set B. So you can just take the A. So A is connected with D as well as E. So we have to make the each and every ordered pair of A with the each and every element of set B. Then after we will take the second element. So we will write here B comma D. Then we will write B comma E. After that C comma D, C comma D, and C comma E. Is it to be clear? So in this way you can just write down the particular Cartesian product, and you can just say about the Cartesian product of the two non-empty sets. You can just evaluate it. Here the no calculation part is to be there, no particular type of multiplication is to be there. How the elements are to be get arranged and how the elements are to be written in the form of ordered pair, we have to just see this thing only. Is it to be clear? Now B cross A, suppose we have to write, then either you can just write down the B cross A from here, or you can just write here, because here A cross B is to be already given. Then definitely you can easily calculate the B cross A. So the B cross A means you can just revert the ordered pair here. This is written as D comma A, this is written as E comma A, this is written as D comma B, this is written as E comma B, this is written as D comma C, and here you can write here E comma C. Is it to be clear? So each and every ordered pair you can just revert of A cross B, then definitely you will obtain the B cross A. And here the most important thing, the ordered pair, means the ordering of the elements are to be very important here, because in each and every ordered pair will belongs to the first set and the second element will belongs to the second set. We have to keep in mind this thing. Is it to be clear? So this Cartesian product is a very simple thing, student. You can just do the Cartesian product for three sets. Sometimes suppose we have to find A cross B cross C, then definitely student at a time we have to calculate the B cross C first of all, then this B cross A is to be again taken as with the set A, then these are known as the ordered triplet. Because the 3 sets are to be there, then definitely for the 3 sets we are saying that these are the ordered triplet. So you can take many more sets here. Suppose we have to take another example in which suppose A set is to be given as 1, 2, B set is to be given as 3, 4, and C set is to be given as 5 only. Means these are the 3 sets are to be given. Now we have to calculate the A cross B cross C. Here just we have to calculate this thing. So there should be no problem. Or this is also to be written like this, no problem. And means sometime the bracket is not to be available, then there should be no problem. Means in such kind of examples, how can you just calculate the ordered triplet? Means here the 3 sets are to be written in the form of Cartesian product. So this definitely we are saying that here we will get the ordered triplet. Is that to be clear? So basically how the particular thing is to be get obtained. So before finding A cross B cross C at a time, we have to just calculate the B cross C first of all. So definitely B cross C. So definitely student, B cross C you can just evaluate by using these 2 sets. So we will write here 3, 5 and we can write the 4, 5. So these ordered pairs are to be available in the B cross C. Now you can just calculate the A cross B cross C. So definitely the one element A is to be taken from here and the second element we have to write here. So we will write the answer then. This 1 is to be taken with this ordered pair, then 1, 3, 5. So the ordered triplet will be available in this case. Similarly, this 1 is to be also taken with this ordered pair, then we will write here 1, 4, 5. Next we have to take this element 2 with this part, then 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5. And finally we will take this 2 with this 4, 5, then definitely 2, 4, 5. So in the cases of 3 sets, sometime it is to be given and it is to be asked the Cartesian product of the 3 sets we have to calculate. Then definitely you can just calculate the Cartesian product of 2 sets at a time. Then after that will be taken with the another set, and sometime 4 sets, 5 sets are to be also to be given. So there should be no problem in this case. But we have to just keep the sequence. Means at a time we have to do the Cartesian product of only 2 sets. Is it to be clear? And according to the given sets, sometime ordered pair, sometime ordered triplet, like this you will obtain as per the given sets. Is it to be clear? So I think the practical examples, student, will be very important for the definition part, because here now we will just I will just tell you the definition part of the Cartesian product that should be written in your NCERT. But student, here just we want to know about this part, how the Cartesian product is to be get evaluated, and how the ordered pair, how the ordered triplet, each and everything is to be get related to the sets is to be written here. So this particular type of representation is very important here. And after just representing the elements in the proper format, student, just we will see the definition of relation, because total part of the relation will be depend on the Cartesian product. So that before defining the relation, just we have to calculate the Cartesian product of the 2 sets. Is it to be clear? Now the very important thing, sometime the Cartesian product is to be written in the roster form as well as the set builder form, because here these 2 types of forms, student, already we have discussed in the sets theory, how the roster form is to be get defined, how the set builder form is to be get defined, and how these type of forms are to be get written where. So basically here these type of forms we are defining in these examples are known as the roster form of the Cartesian product. So sometime these ordered pair can be also written in the set builder form also. So we will just see that things in the definition part, how the set builder form is to be get written for the any kind of Cartesian product. Before that, pause the video to note down these examples. Now I will just tell the proper definition, proper mathematical definition of the Cartesian product. So next part we have to see the basic definition of Cartesian product. Basic definition of Cartesian product. And we have to see the another meaning also here. But what is Cartesian product? Suppose let 2 non-empty sets A and B are to be given here. 2 non-empty sets A and B are to be given here. Then A cross B means you can just say that A cross B will be represented as the Cartesian product, or you can just specify as the Cartesian product of A and B, no problem. So let for two given non-empty sets A and B, Cartesian product of A and B is defined as the set of ordered pair. This particular word is again to be used in the definition part, student, and already I will just explain this particular word ordered pair in the some basic practical examples, so that we have to take the definition part just after taking some examples, so that you can just see the meaning of each and every word that should be written in the definition. So what we have to write here: Cartesian product of set A and B is defined as the set of ordered pair which belongs to set A and B, set A and set B. Is it to be clear? So this particular definition is to be very important. This is the mathematical definition. You have to just feel the basic meaning of this particular definition, what should be written in the definition, and what we have to done in the practical examples that we have to taken earlier. So in these examples, suppose again we are taking this example, student. Here A is any set. Here we have to take the element A and B, and here you can just take the another set B, that is C comma D. Then we have to write A cross B. Then definitely A cross B will be written as A comma C. Then after A comma D, then after B comma C and B comma D. So basically we have to understand the basic definition. So we are saying that a Cartesian product of the two non-empty sets. So here we are taking the A and B as two non-empty sets, and here A cross B will be defined like this. Here A cross B means it is the set of ordered pair. This particular part is to be very important. Set of ordered pair. So this particular Cartesian product somewhere we have to define, then we have to write this thing. It is to be defined as the set of ordered pair which belongs to the set A and B. Means all the elements in a particular ordered pair are to be coming from the set A and B. We can write this Cartesian product A cross B here also. A cross B equals to AB such that A belongs to the set A and B belongs to the set B. So this even is the again set builder form to represent the any Cartesian product. So in this definition, student, we have to write AB such that this particular colon sign means such that A belongs to the first set and B belongs to the second set. Suppose we have to write the B cross A, then in the case of B cross A, we will write A comma B, no problem. But in this particular case, student, this particular A element will belong to the set B, and here you can say that this particular B element will belong to the set A, because here particular kind of ordered pair we have to write in a systematic manner. That's why we are saying like this: A cross B or B cross A. So A cross B means AB you can write here, you can write AB, no problem. But in this case you can just check this first element is to be coming from the set A, and this second element is to be coming from the set B. And here in this case this A is to be coming from the set B, and here this B is to be coming from the set A. So easily you can just observe the things, how the things are to be get written here, and how the mathematical definition is to be explained, so that we have to take such type of examples earlier to the definition. Is that to be clear? So now student, the definition that should be also written in your NCERT, you can just understand, and you can just provide the basic part of the definition, and according to that you can just manipulate the things. Is it to be clear? Now now the things are to be more understandable, student, because the definition part is to be now clear to each and every student. Now the some basic type of observation we have to see here, because in the particular type of Cartesian product we have to just say given the two non-empty sets. Now the sets are to be sometime written in the set builder form, or sometime it is to be written in the roster form. So I think there should be no confusion related to these type of forms. Is it to be clear? Means either of the set builder form is to be given, then you can convert into the roster form, so that easily each and every element relation you can write, and you can just make the relation like this with the help of these mapping. This is also called as the mapping defined from A to B, or sometime it is said to be the Cartesian product from A to B. Then elements of A we have to write AB, and element of B we have to write here CD. Then all the ordered pair are to be related, means all the element of A are to be get related with the element of B. So this type of diagram you can make, and on behalf of this this type of diagram, definitely you can write down the particular Cartesian product. So either the Cartesian product should be written in this way or in this way, or sometime in the set builder form also. So we have to keep in mind each and everything. Now the some basic observation we have to take related to the Cartesian product, and we will see the basic particular kind of results, means how the particular kind of results it is to be observed on the behalf of the definition part. We will see this thing. Before that, pause the video to note it down the definition, as well as we have to see the basic definition, means either A cross B is to be written in which way, in the set builder form or roster form. Is that to be clear? So the next part we are taking. Before that, pause the video to note it down. Next part we are taking here basic observation. We have to write the some basic observation of A cross B. A cross B. Now you can just understand the meaning of A cross B, because A cross B is defined as the Cartesian product of A to B. Is that to be clear? Now how the Cartesian product is to be get defined? So for the two non-empty sets, it is to be written like this: AB, such that A belongs to the set A and B belongs to the set B. It is to be written here. Now student, the very basic and first observation we have to see here. So in this very basic and first observation, suppose any of the set is to be taken as the empty set, then what will happen? Means suppose either of the set A and B will be taken as empty set. So if A and B are empty sets, A and B are empty sets, then what can you say about the A cross B? So definitely student, A cross B is also called as the empty set, and I think each and every student know very well about the empty set. This particular symbol phi is to be used for the empty set, or you can just open or close the curly braces. Then definitely you can just say about the basic definition of A cross B here. Is it to be clear? So in this particular definition, we are saying that this Cartesian product should be defined in this way, but we are taking the some basic cases where suppose A and B are taken as this empty set, then what should be the answer of A cross B? So definitely student, if either of the set you can take, suppose sometime A is empty and B is non-empty, then again you can say that this particular A cross B is to be obtained as the empty set, and suppose both are the empty, then definitely A cross B is to be found as empty set. So we can write if either A or B are empty sets, then again we can say that A cross B will be taken as phi, no problem. Is that to be clear? And suppose if we are saying the basic part, in the case of A cross B, first element should be related to the first set and second element is to be get related with the second set. So in A cross B, the first element of ordered pair, is belongs to first set, you can say that belongs to A, and the second element of ordered pair is belongs to set B. This is the very important part, because in a particular order, student, we have to take the elements. Now the last and very important part we have to just discuss about the Cartesian product. Suppose in any set A, total number of elements are m, and suppose in any other set the total number of elements are n, then definitely in A cross B, how many ordered pair are to be there? Then definitely you can say that the m into n ordered pair are to be available. So we can see that if if number of element in set A will be defined as P and number of element in B set is to be defined as Q. So let n of A will be taken as P and n of B will be taken as Q. Then number of element in A cross B is what? So the number of element in A cross B will be equals to P multiply with Q, or you can just write this thing as PQ also, no problem. So this thing is to be the again very important. What we are saying here, if the number of element in this set A is equals to P and number of element in this set B equals to Q, then how many elements or how many ordered pair are to be there in A cross B? Then you can say that P multiply with Q, and you can just see this example for this part. Suppose we are taking any set A, here you can take A, B and a C, and suppose any set B we are taking here, then C, D we have to take like this. Now we can say that how many elements in A cross B will be there. So you can just take, student, here the 3 elements are to be there. In this case there are 2 elements, so in this A cross B number of element will be 3 multiplied by 2, that should be 6. Means you can say that in case of A cross B total 6 ordered pair are to be available. Is it to be clear? So sometime if it is to be known by you, then definitely you can just check the total number of element in A cross B. So suppose in n number of element in this set is equals to P, number of element in this set equals to Q, then total number of element in A cross B will be defined as PQ. So these are the some basic observation you can see here related to the basic type of Cartesian product. And student, a very simple part is to be there, a very simple thing is to be here related to the Cartesian product, because this total Cartesian product theory we will use in the case of relation, and in the relation basic kind of Cartesian product we have to identify the basic type of ordered pair, and according to that we have to define the particular kind of relation. So basically student, in this particular video we have to just discuss about the very first topic, and that should be known as the basic concept of Cartesian product, how the Cartesian product is to be get defined and how it is to be written. Each and everything we have to just see here. Now student, the thing is that this particular thing is to be basic introduction part of exercise 2.1. So in the next video we will just discuss about the questions related to the exercise 2.1, and that exercise based only on the Cartesian product. Is it to be clear? Means no any other concept will be used here. So in the next lecture student, just we will discuss about the exercise 2.1 of your NCERT mathematics, where the concept of Cartesian product will be used and how the Cartesian product is to be get defined and how the particular things are to be get evaluated. We have to see each and everything in a very detail. So we will meet with the some basic introduction part, as well as we have to see the basic question of NCERT exercise 2.1 in the next video student. Till that you have to just see the things again and again. Just we have to write each and everything. You can take any of the sets, and definitely after taking the sets you can just calculate the Cartesian product. So if we will do the practice more and more, then definitely the concept will be clear to each and every student, and I think there should be no more calculation and no much more calculation part is to be available here. Only the representation, how the particular element is to be get written, this thing is to be the very important for us. Is it to be clear? So thank you student, we will meet with the exercise 2.1 of your NCERT mathematics in the next class. Thank you.